Hello and welcome to Cricbuzz Live. The show has started. No, it's not started. No, it's started. It's समझदारों को इशारा ही काफी होता है और समझदारों की बात की जाए तो हमारे साथ जहीर खान साहब और जॉय भट्टाचार्य साहब हैं और साहब देखें जो अश्विन साहब ने गंभीर साहब को बोला था पहले बल्लेबाजी करिए, गंभीर साहब खुद तो कर गए बल्लेबाजी, बाकी नहीं कर पाए उनके साथ। I think he didn't invite the rest of the team. गौतम भाई आप बैट कीजिए, वो अपने आप बैट कीजिए। Please come and bat first. Can I get my team? He should have asked. But Gambhir, of course, will say must be happy. He, of course, says we were talking about this record before as well of 36 half centuries that David Warner held. Gambhir was the 35. He's now equaled that record. He's on 36 as well, and I'm sure he'll go ahead. Here he was, Gambhir at 55, really sort of held it together at the top. Zach, what about the rest of the batting efforts? I mean, stops and starts, few sparks, but fizzling out.
I think they had a good platform till about 13 overs. I think when Rishabh Pant got out, they just kind of lost the way. Then Gambhir getting run out at that stage didn't really help. Yeah. But they're certainly like 15 runs short. Yeah. Even though they have a fighting score right now, and the conditions. This is not bad considering the pitch. This is. I think conditions did look on the dry side, so you might see some help for spinners as well, and a hint of reverse swing was also seen there. So these are the two factors which are going to decide, whether this total is good enough. At present, it's just below par the score is. So I think once Delhi should have got to 170 plus. Looking at the platform, which they had said, Gambhir scoring 50 as well. Yeah. Rishabh Pant getting a start but not really capitalizing on that. But
really swinging, Pant swinging at everything. It feels like he only has the fifth gear.
I think aggression is a part of what Delhi is, and now with, as you said, again with Ricky Ponting there, it's going to happen. There's one decision I thought was a bit perplexing, which is that sending Rahul Tewatia ahead of Chris Morris, who's been a finisher for them, very consistent finisher for them, and Dan Christian. So two of them are sitting out there. You send Rahul Tewatia, who's played about 6 first-class matches. He's mainly a bowler, and you tell him to go and smash it. Yeah. Now, my big point out here is that even if he gets 3 or 4, it's not that his eye is going to be set and he'll hit 5-6 in the end. Yeah. That's not. He might get 20-30 scratchy runs here or there, but he's not going to set up. And there's still 6-7 overs. It's not that you're taking a chance with 1 over left. Yeah. And that's something that I think those couple of overs it cost them, because he swung around and he hit one, but he really wasn't effective. And 10-15 runs could make, in this kind of a total, 10-15 runs is a huge difference.
Let's talk about Gautam Gambhir for a second. As I was telling you, he's equaled that record of the highest number of 50s in IPL history. But the most interesting thing was that he didn't start, when he started, it wasn't hitting the bat correctly, but that's the beauty of Gautam Gambhir. He's scrappy. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's not my day to begin with. I'm going to make this my day.
Well, today especially, you have to look at this game was a 4 o'clock game. Yeah. The conditions are a bit on the dry side, and it did show that the wicket was a bit sluggish, bit on the slower side, and that's why the timing was not coming. The ball was not coming onto the bat as batters would have liked it. But someone like Gautam is it's just aware of all these situations. In North especially, you get these kind of wickets. You look at the wicket in Delhi as well. The soil there will be a little bit on the whitish side. Like today also, if you have a look at the wicket, the color of the wicket is greyish white, and I think that nature of the wicket usually is similar to what you get at Kotla as well. So it was easy for Gautam to adjust to that as well.
But he's scrappy, isn't he, Joy? That's the thing about him.
I was just thinking about it, his last innings for the Delhi Daredevils was in 2010 May against Deccan Chargers. They were chasing just 134 runs. He got out for 4 in 9 balls, and they fell just 10 runs short. And remember, with the batting lineup, you've seen that batting lineup. David Warner,
all stars,
Warner, Sehwag, Dilshan, him. I mean, Dinesh Karthik batting at 7. I mean, look at that lineup. And they put 10 runs short. And I know that this man is sitting out there and said, that's what I did the last time I came out in a Delhi Daredevils uniform. I'm going to change that. Yeah. And he is the kind of person who will psych himself up, will be straight there. And exactly as he said, it doesn't matter. Shots are not going. All I need is एक ओवर कोई स्पिनर मेरे पास आ जाए यार, कोई वन स्पिनर प्लीज कम टू मी,
एक डब्बा मिठाई दे दो बस, उसके बाद पार्टी मना ही लूंगा.
He needs one spinner and to step out to one spinner, and then okay. it's party time.
स्पिनर्स की बात करते हैं, किंग्स 11 पंजाब की आप बात करेंगे तो स्पिनर कप्तान है उनके आर अश्विन जो है लेग स्पिनर.
Yes. L Ashwin now, not L R Ashwin anymore.
He's a left arm off spinner because what's going on? This guy, I mean, you're seeing two people. You're seeing Gambhir and you're seeing Ashwin. Two people. एक का बैटिंग स्टांस बिल्कुल चेंज हो गया, एक का बॉलिंग एक्शन बिल्कुल चेंज हो गया.
He's not afraid of experimenting. I think that's what he has. He's been vocal about it as well, and he was practicing leg spin in domestic matches. So so most of us probably were aware that something new will be seen from Ashwin. I just felt that today first match you can give him that leeway, but the over he made Akshar bowl in that situation. When someone like Gautam Gambhir is batting in the power play, I think that was a too big a risk to take. When you have someone like Andrew Tye who is good, you've created that pressure by getting Munro out early. So I think he could have sustained that pressure a bit longer rather than getting someone like Akshar at that stage, but on the whole he'll be happy with 166 on board to get.
मुजीब की बात करते हैं.
I was just looking him up, and who he plays for. His main team are the Speen Ghar Tigers. They play in Ghar Tigers, and they play in a mountainous district next to this is in the east of Kabul. And you can imagine a guy from there coming out playing this incredible ICC tournament. T20 match getting a 5-wicket haul. This is a fairy tale. This is what cricket is all about, and that's a big thing. Look in T20 cricket how much has changed. How many players from all these players have come. See, 50-over cricket never got them in. T20 cricket is bringing players from Nepal, from Afghanistan into the fold, and that's fantastic.
I mean, you have legions of Rashid Khan fans now.
Yeah.
You definitely. And Mujib, of course, he'd be very happy with these figures. Any captain would be happy with these figures. You come into it, you're playing your first game, and you go for 7 and over. Zach, as a captain, if a spinner can give you 7 and over, that's gold, isn't it?
And a run out.
And a run out?
Yeah.
Gautam Gambhir's run out.
So it's 3 wickets actually.
So far in the tournament, we've only had 2 games, and we've seen 2 young bowlers creating that impact already in this season. And Zadran is no exception. I think he's another exciting prospect.
एक तो मैं इनके नाम पे थोड़ा confused हूँ. ये मुजीब और रहमान.
So his uncle is Zadran. His name was Zadran, but he calls himself Mujibur Rahman. I think it's because all those Cricinfo's Bangladesh supporters, they see a name like Mujibur Rahman, they said, he's our player.
He's ours.
I think that's my theory. This is the Bangladesh
He's trying to conquer a new market.
New market.
It's like when the supermarket chains come here and do a tandoori chicken burger.
Tandoori chicken.
Or a paneer tikka burger.
Paneer tikka. Don't do. This is blasphemy on this. Paneer tikka burger is like veg biryani. ऐसा बोलना नहीं चाहिए.
साथ होना नहीं चाहिए. जैसे आज कोई हमें हरा भरा कबाब खिला रहा था. हमने कहा भाई अगर हरा भरा है तो कबाब नहीं है, और अगर कबाब है तो हरा भरा नहीं है. Zach, ऐसे लोगों को यहाँ से दफा कर देना चाहिए. Leave now, please. You're dismissed. He's the guy who signs our checks. We must be nice to him. But talking about the young spinner, of course, yesterday, today, we've got young spinners. We must talk about the scouting system, and we should talk to Joy actually about that. KKR में भी आप लोग obviously करते थे. All the teams do all this scouting. Tell us a little about the scouting system and how important it is for IPL teams.
I think it's really important, and I think the guys who used to do the best, maybe they had the biggest resources, used to be Mumbai Indians, because they used to do it in a very systematic way, and the length and breadth of what they did, they used to bring in a lot of players. They used to sign a lot of players as Reliance players much before they became Mumbai Indians players. Even people like Kuldeep Yadav, leave the Pandyas aside, Bumrah aside, all these have come out of that. The only difference that has happened now is all these players, unfortunately or fortunately for Mumbai, now come through the auction. So now everyone has a chance to. And now they said, if Mumbai is spending time with this guy is probably worth something. So the advantage is diminished. But I think everyone is going out there. People are watching Big Bash. People are going out there in grounds. People are going to watch ICC tournaments all the time. And more than that, there's also a tremendous amount of video that all our analysts go through. So typically, say a Srikanth or a Delhi analyst or a Kolkata analyst will go through at least 200-300 player tapes. And they have to do that because see, there's one big danger, which is that you don't want to do a Richard Levy. Richard Levy means you come out here, he scores 100, and the second match they discover that he's very good, but he can't play spin. So the moment he used to come on, he used to give a spinner. So you can't have a player who's that unidimensional that, he may be very good, but one problem and then he can't play anymore. So now they're much more careful, but the system is getting more and more and more evolved, and you're only going to see it get better and better.
Yeah, because scouting is, we know, Zach, in sport in the US, it's a very important part of, baseball or football or basketball. Here in cricket, it's sort of been there, but not as much, because there was always state associations and selectors, so to speak, and you always knew who was in the system.
Now this is the demand of the game. I think this is demand of IPL. Every team now taking note of this, and you look at the way auction is also gone this year. Every team was planning their first playing 11 to start with, and then they will have backups.
Yeah.
And you see every team has got this X factor. Like how Sunrisers in the past spotted Rashid Khan. You have someone like Bumrah coming through the similar kind of ranks with Mumbai Indian Pandya brothers. I think so. This is So this is becoming a norm now. Like teams are having talent scouts. They go, they watch different leagues globally. They get the feedback from different players. They understand their home conditions now better, which was not the case. I think you need to understand your home conditions as well. What kind of wicket you're playing on. Like someone like Mumbai Indian knows that the kind of wicket they're playing on, which is in Wankhede, a good batting wicket. So you need hit the deck bowlers. So you look at their bowlers also. Choice of bowlers is similarly on those lines. You look at RCB. They've been following the similar kind of tactics, and you look at Sunrisers as well. They know that their wicket is too paced, so they're going for likes of Rashid Khan, Nabi, to provide that kind of support when they're defending totals on that. As far as KKR is concerned, now the nature of wicket is changed.
KKR की यही तो problem हो गई squad में कि pitch ही बदल दिया उन्होंने Eden Gardens
exactly,
का.
but
confuse कर दिया issue.
But now they've changed the strategy. So you're saying they're going for a lot of fast bowlers now rather than spinners, and having Narain wicket doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah,
I have to tell you one more story about KKR. It's a great story. In 2009, KKR sat down on the table, and remember John Buchanan was the coach at that time. And
absolutely.
There are three players, all from New South Wales, who we like. Okay, one is a player who hasn't yet played a first-class match at that point in time, but he's ambidextrous. That means he can bat right as well as left. The other is a good leggy who can bat a bit, and the third is an all-rounder, fast-bowling all-rounder, who we chose, called Moises Henriques, and we said, "Ise KKR mein lana chahiye."
Yeah.
The guy who was ambidextrous, who went on to play a few matches for Australia, his name was David Warner. Okay. And the leg spinner who
know him.
And the leg spinner who could bat a bit was Steve Smith.
Oh.
And I remember we had all those, and we looked at those, and who did we choose? We chose Moises Henriques, who's a good player, but has nowhere compared to the career he has. So, it was literally, we were sitting on those riches, and I think immediately after that, within 15 days, remember Buchanan was the Australian coach.
Yeah.
So Warner was saying, I'd love to be signed by you. And then Delhi came and said, are you sure KKR is not signing? I says, okay, no. Okay, then I'm going to Delhi. And the rest is history, as you know.
Yeah.
Of course, that's why KKR also, that season was not exactly the greatest season on the planet.
No, but I think that you're saying
he's talking about KKR.
Yeah.
Talk about Delhi Daredevils. How many players? AB de Villiers was
By
there.
the way, Delhi Daredevils
David
as an
Warner
all-star
was
11 of just the people they've
Exactly.
left. So, the people they have willingly let go is an all-stars, all-time 11. Could happily say. But you're saying, you're criticizing your decision back then about Warner and Smith. I'm saying you had a lot of foresight, because if you've taken the two of them, you would have had a problem in IPL 11.
Yeah, but by IPL, we might have had 2 more championships before that.
I'm just being mischievous. Sometimes I like doing that. Well, is there any mischief still left in this wicket? Will the Delhi bowlers be up to some mischief against the Kings 11 batsmen who've got 167 to get to put the win up? आपने अब क्या दल बदलू हो गए आप या नहीं? अब क्या कह रहे हैं? हो जाएगा पंजाब का? अच्छी बोलेंगे दिल्ली की, क्या कर रहे हो आप? Stick to your guns.
I have a feeling that switching is a good idea. I'm going to switch again.
चलो ये हो गए डेविड वॉर्नर की तरह, राइट हैंड से लेफ्ट हैंड हो गई. और आप Zach, what do you
I'm
say?
having fun just listening to it. He's never going to be wrong this IPL, I think. You're never going to be
That's
wrong.
because all his predictions. आप एक काम करो, आप retrospectively बता दो ना. I'll ask you at midnight.
I'll tell you about somebody who used to do this in Super Selector. गेम होने के बाद टीम चेंज करवाता था, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but if you tell us that, will that be illegal? Will we also become allies in the crime?
You could be in jail.
नहीं बताओ, please. Please ना बताओ, please ना बताओ. But अभी let's see if Delhi Daredevils can get out of jail, because Zach is saying that they are 15 runs short of where they should have been, they could have been, and they would have been if they had only got a few things right, which they feel that they've got wrong. One, including their batting order as well, and then not capitalizing on the start or the platform that they did have. So you are still backing Delhi.
Still backing Delhi.
You're still backing Punjab, right?
I moved to
Still,
No, I mean, still means as of
Now
5 minutes
he's-
ago.
now
As of
he's
5
back.
minutes ago. इनका 4-4 मिनट में दिमाग बदल जाता है ना, तो पूछना पड़ता है.
Yeah.
So let's
This is
quickly
bad
go off air.
reputation.
Let's quickly go off air before he changes his mind again. And as soon as the match finishes and we know who's really won, we will come back with Joy telling us that that's what he meant. We'll be back after the game.